for 5 seconds. Well, there's not yet. But we're gonna be doing some more painting today as usual. Yeah, my box that contained all my paint fucking broke. So now I gotta make do with just having it spread over the table and hoping for the best. Anybody more purple paint and sky blue paint? Like the big ones like this on Amazon, I guess. In fact, I need this today because we're gonna be using a lot of white paint, and this one's maybe a third full. I might have enough, but I might not. You know. All right, let's see. This is gonna be a relatively simple painting. Other than the scope of it being a large canvas and me wanting to do things with the same paint. If I'm making any sense there. I plan on doing white paint, but I plan on doing a lot of different details with the white paint. I guess is what I'm trying to say. To make multiple things. Mostly a skeleton. Like I'm thinking of making a big skeleton. It looks like you should be able to see me painting it. Maybe move it aside a little bit. Move this back just a few centimeters. And I think that's good. Any further back it might fall off. And that wouldn't be fun. Oh shoot, I forgot to get my paint cup. Let me do that real quick. It'll only take a few seconds. Something to do while waiting for people to show up. Alright, almost there. Alright. Ow. Oh, I put too much. There we go. Here's my paint cup. That was silly of me to forget. Hello. Welcome, welcome. We're about to start now. Let's see what paintbrush to do it first. I should get like another paper plate, but this is fine. And I don't need a paintbrush this big. That's a little too big. This might work. Here we go. Yeah, this will work. Let's begin. All right. I already pre-blackened the canvas, as you can see. Need a little more white paint here. It's starting to run out. Oh, hello everyone. Yes, we're making spooky, scary skeleton painting. Hopefully it turns out fine. There we go. Kind of a smiling skeleton if you see the wide grin there. I didn't make the hole big enough for its nose, I don't think. But I can fuck with that later. How am I gonna do teeth? Ah, okay, that ain't too bad. Just gotta paint them in one at a time. Hope everyone's having a good night. Feel free to comment, rate, subscribe. Ah, fuck. Well, that was bound to happen eventually. There we maybe go. Help. My entire setup is falling apart. Help. Alright, back to painting skeleton face. Let me see if I can bring it a little closer so you can see it better. A little more. The first two. Alright. I'm surprised about how well these teeth are working, to be honest. Alright. That's good. Honestly, I kind of meant to put this further up, but this is fine so far. Here's the neck. And we can begin the rib cages. We're gonna need a lot more paint for that though. And not the best at anatomy yet. This is meant to be cartoon skeletons anyway. Let's be honest. Sorry for no background music or anything, but I am going to make an effort to try to talk a little more and maybe even try to have a slightly higher pitch than usual. Haven't really had a chance to voice train even since moving here. I can probably do it during the day. My neighbor usually goes work. Becky just came home now. This is definitely not going as well as I wanted it to for the bottom part, but honestly, even this was okay. Because I was planning on making things that look similar to this anyway, so this might as well just be the biggest one, you know? Anyone say anything yet? Oh, hi, I got a few highs. Good job on the picture. Thank you, Emilia and Robert. Yep, always good to see new faces here on the stream. I try to paint a few times a week. It depends on my mood that week, to be honest. Alright, so we're making more like a spooky, scary skeleton serpent. But that's kind of cool too. Yeah, I'm gonna try to turn it around a little bit. Actually, that kind of works a little bit. Alright. Okay, I definitely fucked with the rib cages a little bit here, but let me stop it there because it still kind of looks like it a little bit. I'm gonna be honest, I was expecting this to take a little longer for the main body. But that's okay, I was planning on adding a lot more in this empty space anyway. Let me see if I can make little UBs. Nope, I can't make hands yet. Is there any cartoon skeleton? I'm gonna convince myself that it's okay. I do need to draw a little bit to work on things like anatomy. But this is meant to be spooky cartoon skeleton. I don't even have like the shoulder properly right here. Just try to make a shoulder first. Make an arm, elbow area, the forearm. I'll try to make a hand. Alright. That's good for the main body. Let me try to show that off a little bit. This is what we have so far. I think it's pretty neat looking, but definitely needs to be worked on more. Got a little extra white paint on here, but that's not a big deal. It's not painting white over there anyway. I think I'm gonna take a break from painting with white and put a touch of red for its eyes. Give it kind of demonic glowing eyes, because it is a spooky, scary skeleton after all. As soon as I find a good enough paintbrush. That should work. Don't overdo it and be careful. There we go. Those are spooky, scary skeleton eyes, if I've ever seen them. No one knew. I like to check every so often, though. Feel free to chat. Feel free to comment, rate, subscribe. Well, not comment, but you know. Yeah. Give the thumbs up. Let's see. Now I'm going to use a smaller paintbrush, because we're going to make smaller little skeleton serpents. Not sure how well you can see this. I'm going to back it up a little bit and put it right there. I don't have a very good setup to see my camera, unfortunately. It's still better than my other one because you can actually hear me. Before I had it in a party cup and I made everything sound like I was in the bottom of a submarine. Not fun. If I can't think of anything to say, I'll at least hum a song or something. The only point is to figure out what song I'm humming. No, I'm mostly humming the instrumentals right now. Actually, as I'll say, I've listened to a lot of the late great Emmett Doom lately. That was I was like humming phasers from his Only King Ghidorah album. Kind of last time he used the character as a whole, was my understanding anyway. Saw some dumb YouTube video. I go down weird YouTube rabbit holes like all the fucking time. Sometimes you find something you like. Sometimes you find someone they're a little interesting, but then something. Have you ever watched a YouTuber and just got an ick vibe from them? Like they were like an asshole or something? Yeah. I'm gonna paint some black to make a face here later, but for now, kind of what I wanted. I just need a little more paint here to fill in the lines. I was a little lazy with the last paintings I did. And didn't really fill in the tendrils all that well on the eye painting. Definitely far from perfect here, but it's mostly an abstract painting this time anyway, so I'm fine with that. I'm supposed to get a skeleton flower coming from the bottom. Where do I want to put one next? How about on the side here? Give it kind of like a serpentine, curling kind of vibe to it. Like making it smaller might be beneficial. There we go. This one looks a lot cleaner. Make a circle for the head. No one's smaller, but I'm strangely happier with it. I don't know if I want to have any overlapping or not. That would be a little difficult, especially with only one paint. Let's see. Let's have one at the bottom here. In fact, let's have two little tiny ones. Okay, I'm going to try to have at least two of them overlap a little bit. This might be more difficult than I thought. Really not getting it. I might want to put some white paint on something else here because I'm not getting it the way I want to get it. I want to overlap that. Never mind, this is just going to be one. I tried to make it two, but it didn't really work that well. Oh wait, never mind. I can do this. Don't say I can't do something when I can do it. There we go. It wasn't even that hard. Just gotta make the rib arms. Yeah, rib arms. I'm gonna call them that. Rib arms. Trademark by Penelope Stone. Get your rib arms today. What the fuck am I talking about? It's almost tempting to, that would be kind of cool. But yeah, that habit is gonna be cute too. You'll see. You'll see. I have a shit ton of white paint on my fingers. Look how deep I have to put this fucking paintbrush. I don't think I'm gonna need this though, thankfully. I have this because I used it a lot to like brighten up paints. I haven't been doing that as much lately. Maybe I should start doing that. Get different color combinations going too. Just learn more about color theory, to be honest. It's gonna be harder because I'm colorblind. Well, let's get back to the actual painting. Let's see. I feel like I'm wasting a lot of white paint. Yeah, I definitely am. I have to be a little more tactful with how I put it on my brush, not just wasting a bunch of it. Yeah, this is similar to another painting I did a while ago. I'll show it off after I'm done this one, but I'm kind of expanding upon the idea to make a bigger painting. Oh, hello everyone. Welcome, welcome. We are painting a skeleton abstract painting today. It shall be hopefully cute by the end of it. Spooky and cute is the vibe I want to go for here. Equal parts. That's kind of my whole vibe anyway. I like cute things. I like spooky things. I guess you would call that pastel. Well, this ain't really a pastel goth painting because it's only much closer to just regular goth. But I do like the sort of cuteness mixed with spookiness is the main point I wanted to make there. Get some more ribs there. Alright, we have some coming from the top here, in fact. Let me... I have to wash my hands. Just to make it a little easier on me, let's turn this upside down. And paint coming, no, upwards, but on this side it'll be downwards. Like my downfall. Make a slightly fatter one that I have been making. See if that works out. Any animals chat? No, not in a while. That's okay. I like lurkers too. Honestly, a little less pressure. Even if I have to kind of talk to myself for a while, but I used to be a Let's Player, so I'm used to that sort of thing. I'm gonna use a different paintbrush. This one's getting kind of meh. Maybe a fine one. Let me try this one. Ah shit, I had too much water on it still. Not a biggie. Happy little... Sad little mistakes. Yes, we make sad little mistakes on this channel. No. Big sad mistakes. No, there's not even a big mistake. That wouldn't work. That would be opposite of happy little accident. But still wouldn't fit for this situation. Okay, this paintbrush sucks. Let me get the last one I had. I kind of ruined it. Between that and the water. That's okay, I can recover it. Probably. Alright, let's make one that's just a regular asphalt on this corner. This will probably be the last. Maybe I can make one more. I'm gonna make one more in this area. And that'll be the last of the skeletal serpents. I'm gonna have to fill them in a little more probably. But I want to get the main skeleton of it done. Get it? Skeleton? I'm here all night. Not really. My trains only end up being about a half hour long on average. I need to find ways to stretch them out more. Mm. Alright. That's good for now. And let that one soak. I need to find another paintbrush now. No, this one should work. Alright, I need black paint now. Where's the black paint I used before? The jet black. It doesn't matter which black paint I use, but I do need. Yep, here it is. Here it is. Okay. I'm gonna use this for some eyes and a mouth. Eyes and mouths, rather. Alright. There we go. There's one little happy. Oh my god, it looks terrifying. Okay, that was a little cuter. Yeah, the jet black paint is really, really rich. You do not need a lot of it. It gets the job done. Alright, let's turn it around now. Yeah, little ghost skeletons. It is cute. Maybe I'll put something else up there. I'm not sure what though. And one more. Actually, two more because there's two down here. These ones are a little more unhappy because they're tangled up with each other. It's actually kind of cute. I like that. Alright, that's good for the jet black paint. You know what? Let me try something. I'm just fucking around with paint up here. But I'm gonna try something. Oh my god, this is gonna be its toupee. Nah, this is a bad idea. It's too late now, but I gotta commit to the bit. Or how about this? We'll make it into a hat. Happy little hat. There we go. We gave the skeleton a hat. There we go, because there was way too much empty space there. I like that. That's cute. Can people see it alright? Yeah, it's definitely at a weird angle, though. Alright, next we are going to just fill in some of the snakes to make them And it's supposed to be a little ethereal, but I think we can do a better job at filling in the lines nonetheless. Yeah, I want to give them a little red eye. Nah, the red eyes works better. You know what? Let me try and give them one red eyes and see how I like it. Nah, I don't like it as much. I'll just do it for that one. That one's a Maverick. We have to send Mega Man X after him because he's a Maverick. Or possessed by Satan. One or the other. Both equally likely, I think. What the fuck am I talking about? Okay, there's actually 3 tangled up over here now. To make up for some inconsistencies. Yeah, they're all a little distressed. Alright, definitely need more on this one. Hello, welcome. We are finishing up. We're doing the finishing touches on our skeleton painting, which would still take a while. So feel free to chat, hang out, comment, like, all that. It really does help a lot. And if you were kind enough to subscribe, I would really appreciate it. I paint pretty often. I don't think I'm painting tomorrow though. I have work tomorrow night. Could paint before work, but it really depends on my mood and if I have any other things to do, because I have a lot of chores to still do in this house. I may even do some of them tonight before bed. Adulting is boring. I apologize for even talking about it. Wish this brush was able to hold more paint at once. That would be kind of handy. Yeah, we fucked up here. This is more ghost than skeleton. But I don't hate it. It almost looks like a star. I forgot the original one I even wanted to mess with. Let's see. Overcooked it on that side. But yeah, these are kind of have flowy vibes, honestly. Like Undertale vibes for sure, with the little skeleton happy face stuff coming out. Very simplistic. Despite only using mostly just white paint, this has still been pretty fun. Hope everyone's having a good night, by the way. Or whatever time zone you're in. Let's see. Okay, I definitely have more paint on this time than I usually do. Alright. Camera looks pretty good. Make sure the stalks look good. Gotta put like a little base over here. This should be fine for just that. As bad as this paintbrush generally is, it should. Okay, alright, that works. Alright, you know what? I think this piece is in a half hour, which is my standard time for painting. Not perfect. It's mirrored, but these are meant to be kind of skeletal ghost anyway. Let me show you the original painting I did months and months ago. It was one of my little small creature paintings. Let's see. Here it is. Yeah, I made this one a while ago. This is pretty much taking this little concept and turning it into a bigger painting. Alright, let's show it off a little bit closer. I might fill it in more off stream, but I'm pretty happy with it. Has a lot of motion to it. A lot of expression in the little skeleton guys. It's a little sloppy, I admit. I'm definitely not good with anatomy with a skeleton, but it was meant to be cartoony to begin with. Spooky, scary skeletons. Spooky, scary skeletons. Spooky, scary skeleton. What am I doing? What am I even doing right now? The Spooky Scary Skeleton song. I tried playing Spooky Scary Skeletons on a D&D campaign once. The DM did not appreciate that. Oh no, you saw Penelope for a second. So I wear the face mask. If I was more passing, I probably wouldn't mind being in front of the camera, but I'm really not. The tragedy. But I think this about wraps it up. Let me... I might paint tomorrow, but I'd say it's less than a 50% chance, but it's not a 0% chance. Next Saturday, I might try to set up a collab with my old friend Tiggy. It might be, I don't know if I can set that up though, on just my phone alone, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna put together a Charizard Micro Nano Block set. I think it's Nano Block. And we're gonna hope it goes better than last time I tried it, because honestly, I might get tilted and just build my own Charizard with the micro blocks, and it would just look derpy. Let's show off the painting close one more time before we head out. Yeah, I might want to use thicker paint for his red eyes, but it works well enough. It was meant to be like a faint glow anyway. Alright, well, remember, you're out of this world. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You know what? There's still some people kind of coming in. If I get another like or a comment saying, "Hello Penelope," I can do a small painting. Just a free painting. No real plans with it. And my holding the stream hostage. Yeah, we don't have to do that. I wanted to experiment with that shit though, because sometimes that sort of thing works. Yeah, I have nowhere to put this painting while it's drying anyway. Alright, I tried. No one took the bait. I need to relax and do chores and everything. Yeah. I don't know. You know what? Fuck it. I still feel like painting. Let's do a free painting. I'm literally just gonna close my eyes, do colors, and hope for the best. Yeah, I guess the skeleton painting is now false advertising. I'm going to YouTube jail for life. You know what? I have an idea. No, I don't. That's okay, they don't have an idea. I'm just gonna do something very instinctual and abstract. Kind of just turn off my brain and start painting is kind of the plan here. What the heck was that? Wasn't that loud? It could have been anything, even just the house breaking in. Not someone breaking into my house. I think that would have been a much louder sound, especially in a one-bedroom apartment. Let me get some yellow, actually. I'm gonna try something. It didn't work the way I wanted it to, so I'm not gonna do what I was thinking of doing. Which is just doing oops all flames, but nah. We're not gonna do that. I may even just bail on this painting. Real talk, I might bail on this one. I don't know. I do like this shade of orange yellow though. I think it might be a little different than the one I have by default. Oh, you saw me a little bit there. Oh no. Oh no. Alright. How about some amethyst? I like amethyst and I haven't used it in a while. I was even considering making the skeleton one either amethyst or purple in the background, but black just worked better for the vibe I was going for. Alright. Yeah, no amethyst. I still have no vision for this. You know what? I might just abandon this and then say we can paint more later and decide what to do with this mess and see it as a project. I used way too much of the orange paint anyway. You know what? I'm really not sure what I'm doing here. Let's just keep going though, for funsies. How about like a little river of ultramarine here? Let me use a sponge brush real quick. Oh yeah, I love ultramarine. It's fucking so vibrant. Okay, I've got like a little amethyst mix in there too. I think I wish I used this like oh wow, the sponge brush is kind of doing work right now. I gotta say. A little more amethyst paint though, just a tad. Oh, it kind of reminds me of like a geode, which should be fitted for the color amethyst. Alright, something's coming together a little bit. Never use a different sponge brush on this. So it looks like part of this dry rotted off. Yeah, unfortunately some of that dry rotted off, so let's see what happens when we do this like this. I don't hate that. It also makes an amusing scraping noise. Alright. There we go, that's a little better than it was. Before I would just globs of paint, now it looks a little more refined. Yeah, this is sponge brush practice, I suppose. That's all well and good, but what else do I want to do here? Let's get some more aquamarine on here. some ultramarine. Put just a little bit up here, just like there, and tad down there. This should do it. You know what? I don't hate that. I didn't mean to make it splatter, but I kind of like it. Got a little focus there. I couldn't make the splatter happen on purpose. It just had to be authentic for it to work. Dang. Weird. You know what? Let me try something as an experiment. Use the white paint. Yeah. For a second. Those are take the ultramarine. Yeah, it's no longer skeleton painting. We finished the skeleton painting for anyone coming in. I'll show it off again before the stream stops. But right now we're doing just a little abstract painting, practicing with colors, paintbrushes. This is like an experimentation zone. Nothing serious. I feel like painting a little bit more. So here we are. Oh, that's blocked off and not working. Cool. Oh wait, I opened this. Let me just put a little bit on from this. There we go. Probably too much, honestly. That's okay. But everything's alright. Actually, I wanted this one. I pretty much did make an amethyst looking kind of color. I put too much white though, but that's okay. Actually, I kind of like it. Kind of like an orange, like a blue orange cream kind of color. Kind of wish I kept some of the orange there. I'll probably put a little more there. Kind of looks like terracotta now. From all the multiple colors. Keep some, yeah. But now this paintbrush is too tainted to use on anything else. But we still have plenty here. This one's one of my go-to brushes. Despite being from Crayola. Put some lemon yellow over here. And I'm gonna put more orange up here. Oh, I probably have paintbrushes and paint things in the way here. My bad. I was just fucking paintbrushing to that song. Da 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 da, sing the song. Doo da, doo da. I haven't heard the lyrics song all the doo da day. Sorry for terrible. I was even really trying to sing there. It just kind of happened. And it wasn't good. And I apologize for that. Alright, let's get some orange in here. There we go, that works. Oh, come on, I did not need... Okay, let me try getting some of that back in. See if I can get the genie back in the bottle a little bit. Nope, not really. Oh well, I tried. This is gonna be a shit show later on. And I can use it and mix it with this a little bit. throw in some orange because it makes it pop out more. Got a little sound there, my bad. Alright, this is just meant to be a little play around the Shrek painting. I think it looks pretty, but I'd be lying if I said it was anything in particular. I've made similar paintings before. Kind of reminds me of the one up there, actually, that kind of looks like a superhero mask. Interesting. I'm not sure if I like that, though. Let me smooth it out with... Actually, yeah, let me use some sponge brushes for this areas up here. And right here. There's like a little annoying fucking hair here. Let me try to at least... There we go, I got it out. Huzzah. Hairs are bitches to get off canvases when they already get on there. But we managed. Alright. I think I fucked around with this as much as I'm going to. There's definitely some white parts I can take out later, but... Alright, yeah, that one part's bugging me. Let me do that real quick. Where's the ultramarine? Yeah, let me just get... Doesn't matter what paintbrush, just for, as long as it's clean, just grab one. Get rid of the empty spaces a little bit. If I'm doing a painting, I need to do the painting. Ill-advised painting or not, I gotta at least finish the job, I'd run out of supplies too fast if I did 2 paintings every time. Alright. That got a lot of the annoying empty spaces out of there at least. That was bugging me too much. Alright. I'm pretty happy with that. Even the white part I left looks more like swirls. Let me just reinforce the amethyst a little bit with just a little P dot. Oh, cool, we have an even brighter layer of amethyst here. Cool. Alright, I'm happy with that. Here's the final result for this particular painting I started. It's pretty. I like the colors I used in it. Curious how it will look when it dries. But here was the main painting I did today. Let me make sure I don't soil it with the other paint. Skeleton. This painting this painting's cool. This painting's fucking cool. A little sloppy, but it was meant to be a little cartoony and ethereal to begin with, so I think it works. I don't know what happened to this guy's ribcage, but it's probably why he's dead. Well, thank you for joining me tonight. We had a few people come in and say hi, and a few lurkers today, so that's fun. Yeah, it looks like I've been getting an average of 4 or 5 viewers for an extended period of time for the last 2 streams, so that makes me a little hopeful that maybe my crazy earning will go a little somewhere, even if it's just a small niche community. But we're not anywhere near that yet. We're just streaming into the void right now. And I'm part of other communities that I'm thankful I'm a part of too, like the roleplay one and kind of the queer VTuber community, the indie, queer, underground, not popular at all VTubers. To a lesser extent, I guess I'm part of that. But thank you for joining me tonight. Remember, you're out of this world and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And trans rights. Bye bye. The skeleton's looking into your soul.